If you like this video, please consider supporting me on Patreon. For just $1 a month, your name can appear at the beginning of this and many other upcoming videos.
You don't care about any of the things I like. It's always about you and your boring fashions. Oh, please! You don't even give my interests a chance! You have absolutely no respect for the finer things! No respect, I tell you! I guess we're just not friends anymore! Oh.
Write that down, write that down!
I haven't heard too many good things about The End and Friend when it was aired early on a separate network. Some have said that it's basically non-compete cause, with Rarity taking Applejack's place. Others have said that the episode has a forced conflict since Rarity and Dash have been friends for years up to this point. With all that in mind, I'll admit that I went into this episode with very low expectations. So, is the episode really as annoying or repetitive as they say it is? Well, I guess it's time to find out. Rarity and Rainbow Dash are going to do stuff when the students start to ask why they can be friends in spite of all their differences. And because they can't seem to think of a reason why, apparently, Twilight decides to turn it into a school assignment. As they see things that the two do together to understand why they're friends, Rarity and Dash seem to grow more and more annoyed with each other while questioning their friendship. Could this be the end of their friendship? Well, Yakety Sax took place after this episode, and from what we see in the early airing, the two still seem to be friends and are completely cool with each other. Kinda takes away the tension, doesn't it? Okay, so the first and main problem with this episode is immediately made apparent. It hinges on the idea that people watching this episode aren't familiar with the last 7 seasons. I really can't believe that after everything they've been through together that they're only now starting to question their friendship over having different interests or getting into a petty disagreement. And the way that the disagreements end up occurring just feel really forced. Rarity not paying attention to the game and Rainbow Dash recklessly interfering with gemstone collecting in search of a secret passage. Moments like this just make them look really dumb and it feels unnatural to their characters. They're only acting like this specifically for plot convenience. And I guess that wouldn't have been so bad, except they don't make the bickering any fun to watch. As they continue to argue, it just feels like petty and forced banter. And as it keeps going, you can't help but even ask why this is even a thing. We've seen them do plenty of stuff together before, and we even seen them doing stuff alone without the other main 6. There's literally no reason for their arguing to continue to escalate to such a ridiculous level. Why are they struggling to find common interests if they've known each other for so long? Wouldn't they have already sorted out their differences? Why is the episode itself making such a big deal out of it? Not to mention that Rarity and Dash are forgetting one of the most basic friendship morals out there. People don't need to like the same activities or interests to be friends, and they've proven this in so many episodes before now. I also think that it's just really unnatural for Twilight to turn observing people's personal time into a class assignment. Even if it was for educational purposes, I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't want to be followed everywhere just to be held as an example of. I mean, isn't it already common for friends to have differences that they need to work on? Even the way that Twilight and Starlight heroically solved the problem that they potentially caused feels a bit off. I mean, sending them through a swamp with really hot geysers? Isn't that kind of dangerous? There's also a couple of other things that really don't make sense, like gemstones breaking really easily, which is also just done for plot convenience, adding more confusion as to how exactly this school is being run. Oh, and there's a geyser swamp behind the school? That really doesn't sound safe. And why is Gallus questioning their friendship anyway? He thinks they can't be friends because they don't have any common interests? Didn't he become friends with a group of misfits who had nothing in common, which according to Heartswarming Club is supposed to make his life significantly better? I don't know about you, but that's kind of insulting. So, is the episode bad? Well, it is, at least at first. Thankfully, around the halfway point, the episode's annoyance goes down by a lot. And I think the reason for that is that the rest of the episode feels like non-compete clause done right. Unlike non-compete clause, where Applejack and Rainbow Dash is arguing was putting the students in danger, the arguing between Rarity and Rainbow Dash is actually pretty tame. They don't really do anything wrong except act annoying and unreasonable, and because the arguing stays exclusive to them, nobody else gets involved in their problems. Another thing that makes this non-compete clause done right is that they actually work out their issues and they actually learn their lesson by the end of the episode. When they take the time to remember they have a problem to solve, they actually stop bickering and try to search for a solution together. They work as a team utilizing their skills, like Rarity's detective feats and Dash's motor wings? And they don't resort to stalling time with more pointless bickering. They start to speak with each other openly, gradually restoring their relationship, and it eases the two into each other's company without feeling distracting or forced. And it leads into a really important lesson. As the two apologize and make up for their arguing, they talk about the importance of mutual support between friends. Being there for each other is much more important than having a common interest, and friends should support each other regardless of their interests. The teamwork aspect of the episode does a really good job showing the diversity in their bonding up to this point, so the moment feels properly earned and not just some last-minute resolution. It talks about how you need friends with different skills to take on different obstacles and problems, and it's inserted in a way that feels appropriate to the story. I also have to admit that I really like the way the episode handles this sentient frog creature. Instead of being a feral beast who tries to attack them, it's shown to be a helper who can be reasoned with. It feels like a callback to season 1, but a good kind of callback, like when they befriended the sea serpent and the manticore while searching for the elements. And the ending has a really nice way of conveying the episode's message. Differences can be difficult to deal with, but those differences can also be complementary to each other, adding meaning to your friendship. And even though a friend may be different in some ways, those differences should be treated with respect and patience. I actually do like the episode's intention of teaching the idea that two people in any relationship shouldn't have the exact same interests, since diversity can be important to a relationship, even if it wasn't always handled well. So was the episode really as dumb as people were saying it was? Well, not all the time. The first half of the episode is annoying with unnecessary banter and predictability, but as the episode goes on, it actually does get better. The second half has better pacing, improved communication between the characters, and better conveys the message of the story. So it's not a bad episode, but I don't think that makes it one of the better ones of the season. It still has a number of issues that just feel forced, and it relies on people not having a good memory of the previous seasons. Continuity is important for a reason, and if the story doesn't show concern for it, it makes the episode just feel dismissive and purposefully so. I guess it's just one of those episodes that seems to have a hit and miss vibe to it. It's certainly not as bad as I thought it would be, but it still leaves a lot to be desired. But after some other episodes that came out this season, I think hit and miss is just fine. I still would appreciate better episodes for the rest of the season, but we'll just have to wait and see. So until next time, take care of yourselves and stay awesome. This is Map signing out.